Hey Spice fam, welcome back to Christine's World Spice. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make some homemade hamburger helper inside of your gallant. And I've been saying it so wrong, I've been saying gallant inside of your gallant air fryer, microwave, all of that. So this right here is an 8-ounce pan that I got from Dollar Tree, simply $1. And yes, you can put this inside of your air fryer. You can't put it in the microwave option, but you can put it in any of the other options. What I'm going to do is just break down my ground beef so it doesn't cook in clumps. Now, I did cook 2 of these pans, so I cooked 2 pounds of these ground beef, and it was entirely too much, even for a family of 4. So really all you need is 1 ground beef. Now, if you like your hamburger helper very meaty, then go ahead and use 2 pounds of ground beef. But we're going to lessen out the noodles because it was just too much noodles. I used 2 cups of noodles, and you really do not need all of that. Now we'll be seasoning it, and we want to make sure we don't skip this step because we want our meat to taste very tastefully and flavorful. So I'm adding 1 tablespoon of garlic. It doesn't matter what kind of garlic you use. I got this garlic at Kroger's for like $6.99, and it does last for like literally a whole month. And I'm using some parsley. All you need is a sprinkle, maybe about a teaspoon of parsley. I'm also using Creole seasoning. You do not have to use this seasoning. This is like my go-to seasoning, the Creole or the seafood seasoning. You can use salt. All you need is 1 teaspoon of that and 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And if you don't know the seasonings that I'm using right now in the amount, I will leave that down in the description box below and on the ingredients and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is put it on bake. So click that bake option. I do apologize that you guys can't see it, but you're going to click the bake option, and then you're going to hit it. Then you're going to hit 5 2 times. We're only going to cook it for 15 minutes, and then we're going to hit start and let it bake on your air fryer platter. Now it's time to get our noodles prepared. So I'm doing 2 cups of warm water inside of a bowl. I got this bowl from Dollar Tree as well, and I will be adding 1 teaspoon of just salt. You can use any salt, and we're going to microwave it for 7 minutes. No, 10 minutes. Sorry, guys. We're going to microwave it, let it boil for 10 minutes. Now, this is how my ground beef came out. And this is 2 pounds of ground beef. I did pour the excess grease, oil out. Don't pour down your sink unless you're having warm water going down your sink with it, or it's going to clog your sink up. So either put it inside of another pan and throw it outside somewhere or in a garbage can. Now that my water has been boiling, I'm going to add not 2 cups. Unless you're making enough for a lot of people, go ahead and add 2 cups of noodles. If not, all you need is 1.5 cup of noodles. Now we're going to microwave it for just 7 minutes. And this is how your noodles will come out if you microwave for only 7 minutes. Just stir it around so that way you can get all the clumps out of it. And just kind of pour a little bit of the water out. You don't need all of it, but don't take all of the water out. Now we're going to add our ground beef. Now you will see that, of course, like I said earlier, I did add a lot of ingredients into it, such as the noodles and the meat. And for this small bowl, it was just too much. I'm trying to record and my cat keeps meowing. I tried to get away from him. He keeps coming back. So now we'll be adding some butter. And all you need is just a tablespoon of butter. You can add a little bit more if you want to. The most important ingredients is this cheese. Now, I got this from Save A Lot as well for $4.99. You can't beat that because the other cheese, the name brand cheese that I can't even think of, that's actually like $7.99. So I wouldn't pay that much for no block of cheese. And this tastes actually, it tastes better. Really. So get you some cheap cheese, y'all. Y'all don't have to spend all that money. Now I'm just adding like a half a block of this cheese. I know it sounds like a lot, but y'all, I have a lot of noodles and meat in this bowl. And I also have a lot of water kind of still, so I didn't pour a lot of that water out. So we wanted to make sure it's kind of thick, but a little bit of looseness to it, okay? So just add you a block, a half a block, not a whole block. Right, y'all gonna be on the toilet for days. Okay. So once you add that half a block in there, just mix it in really well. Or you can do it the easy way, because I always do stuff the harder way. You can take the half a block and put it inside of a bowl or something and microwave it until it melts. And voila. You got it. You don't have to sit here and stir it up like I did. But if you want to do it the hard way, you can do it like me and just gradually just add the cheese in. And this is where I added entirely too much ingredients, so I'm going to add half of it into another pot, inside of a pot. The reason for this is because I am still going to be adding more ingredients to it, such as tomatoes and seasonings. And actually, I added some shredded cheese to it too, but I don't show it on the video. I thought I did, but I don't. And we're just going to cook that separate on the stove and finish cooking the one in our microwave. Now, I don't add any onions or bell peppers. That I really, really love, but I just didn't want it to make it so complicated. So I wanted it to be easy as possible, and which this was until I started having to cut up the blocks when I should have just microwaved it. So let's keep on adding these ingredients, you guys. This can of tomatoes, you can get any can of tomatoes you want. I got this at Save a Lot as well for like 59 cents. I'm trying to save. So it'd be cheaper to spend it at Dollar Tree or your local grocery store. Now, the block of cheese that I had earlier, it wasn't a full half a block, so I will be taking just a little bit out of another block of cheese that I had. And I had to use this because it was sitting in my refrigerator, and I think that you have to cook it or use it within 5 or 7 days. I think it's 5 days. So I definitely had to use the one that was in the refrigerator first. And then I'm going to open this one. Now we add the tomatoes and the block of cheese. The tomatoes and the block of cheese. And just mix it in. It's time to season our food. I'm using the seafood seasoning as I was before, and I will be using a half a tablespoon of this. You do not have to use this. You can use salt, Creole seasoning, soul food seasoning. Doesn't matter. Just use half a tablespoon. We'll also be using a half a tablespoon of onion powder. A half a tablespoon, or no, take that back. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. You don't want it to be too spicy. Now, you can gradually taste your food to see if you need more black pepper, but if you're not the spicy type of person, because black pepper gives out a different type of spice. It's not like cayenne pepper. It's like a nasty type of pepper. You know what I'm saying? You can't overdo your black pepper. And I'm just adding some of the juice from my garlic. Or if you don't have the garlic juice, just go ahead and add some of your garlic. Mix it in really good. And you can also add some parsley, some more Italian seasoning. And if you do add that, just add 1 teaspoon of each of those seasonings, because you don't want to overpower all the other seasonings. And those have, like, of course, some leafy taste to it. And it just won't taste right. Don't forget this step. Now, if your stuff is already kind of watery, don't add too much of this. Probably add like maybe 2 tablespoons. but I'm adding 1/4 cup of milk. If it is watery, you guys, you can also add a handful of grated cheese to it. Gradually add it and just let it melt while you have it in the microwave for about, let it microwave for about 3 minutes and remove it and stir it up. It'll start to thicken as you add the cheese. I know it sounds like a lot of cheese, so if you're not a cheese eater, just remove most of the liquid. You know, when you start boiling your noodles and your milk, just remove most of that and you'll be good. Now that I added everything in, I'm going to put it in the microwave for 5 minutes and just let it cook. And then we're done. And this is how it came out. Look at that. I know it kind of looks plain a little, doesn't it? But it tasted really good. I did have to add a little bit of seasoning on top because it wasn't too seasoned for me. Because in the video, I actually only added like 1 teaspoon of Creole seasoning. So that's why I'm trying to perfect it now for you guys. So make sure you add that 1/2 tablespoon. And I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Go ahead and try it out. And if you have tried it out and if you love what you see in this video, go ahead and comment down below, because y'all don't be commenting on nothing. Y'all be watching these videos. I be watching it. Y'all be watching it. Don't even comment down below. So comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I love you guys.